Hello dear children, hope you all are doing very well. Okay, so far we have dealt with a number of chapters, including chapter 7, which deals with Europe's physical and political divisions. In today's session, we will be dealing with the next chapter, chapter 8, Europe, a case study on tourism in Switzerland. Now, when we hear about Switzerland, Switzerland is a very famous tourist attraction known for its incredible beauty all around the world. So, in this chapter, we will be studying about Switzerland as a tourist attraction. So, let's get started with the chapter. Before getting into the other details of any particular place, we first deal with its location. So, in this case, we are going to study about Switzerland. So let's see where Switzerland is located. So your first topic, the location of Switzerland. Switzerland, if you see the map of Europe, you will find that Switzerland is located in the west central part of Europe. In the west central part of Europe. Now, Switzerland is a federal republic containing 26 cantons. Okay, 26 cantons. And the capital of Switzerland is Bern. B-E-R-N, Bern. The capital of Switzerland is Bern. Next, moving to the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of Switzerland. If you see, the latitudinal and longitudinal extent clearly shows that Switzerland is not a very big country. Latitudinally, Switzerland extends from 45 degrees 50 minutes north to 47 degree 54 minutes north latitude, and longitudinally it extends from 6 degrees east to 10 degrees 30 minutes east longitude. So like I said, the latitudinal and longitudinal extent is not very big or not very huge, thus stating Switzerland to be a very small country. Now, if you see the borders of Switzerland, you will find that Switzerland is a landlocked country. As in, Switzerland is surrounded by land on all sides. Now, we see Switzerland. We have on all four directions, we have in comparison to Switzerland, we have huge countries on its borders. In the north, we have Germany. In the west, we have France. In the south, we have Italy. And in the east, we have Austria and Liechtenstein. Okay, so starting from on the east, we have Austria and Liechtenstein on the east, France in the west, Germany in the north, and Italy in the south. This clearly shows that Switzerland is a landlocked country. Therefore, the only physical divisions that you find there or physical attractions that you find there are mostly hilly or land originated, such as we have basically three. In this area, we have the Alps, the Jungfrau Mountains, Alps. The second one is the Swiss Plateau, which is yet another highland of Switzerland. And the third one is the Jura. All these physical beauties such as the Alps, the Swiss Plateau and the Jura combine together to give Switzerland its amazing attraction or its amazing glamour. Now, Switzerland is world famous. Like I told you in the beginning of this session, Switzerland is famous for its beauty given to it by nature. It has snow-capped mountains, big valleys, glaciers, rivers, lakes, and everything that's provided to them by nature that makes it so beautiful. Switzerland is not only famous for its tourist attraction but also its cultural attractions. So basically, if we deal with the physical attractions or the tourist spots, the very first one that qualifies a tourist list is Jungfrau Joch. Jungfraujoch is also known as the top of Europe. The top of Europe. It is famous for the longest glacier that it possesses, known as the Great Aletsch Glacier. Okay, the Great Aletsch Glacier, which has been labeled as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Jungfraujoch is also famous for an observation terrace and a scientific observatory. So this is the very first and the most important tourist attraction of Switzerland. Next, moving to Interlaken. From the very word itself you can understand what Interlaken means. Interlaken meaning between two important lakes. So Interlaken is a place that exists between two lakes. If you see, there are two important lakes that have been mentioned in your book, Lake Thun and Lake Brienz. Lake Brienz lies on the east while Lake Thun lies on the west of this Interlaken. Now Interlaken is famous for its very summery holiday spots that it has in Switzerland. Moving to the largest alpine lake of Europe, known as Lake Geneva. Now Lake Geneva, as I said, it is the largest alpine lake of Europe. A very important characteristic of this lake is this large fountain known as Jet D'eau, a very large fountain. It is a very famous landmark of Lake Geneva. There are other cultural characteristics or cultural attractions of Lake Geneva. The major two are the Opera House and the Grand Theatre. Next, let's move to the capital of Switzerland, which is Bern. Now Bern is famous for its very impressive and very beautiful art galleries. There are basically two very important art galleries of Bern. First one, Zentrum Paul Klee, and the second one is Bern's Art Gallery or Bern's Museum of Art. These two are very famous and very impressive art galleries. Bern possesses a very old town. Okay, its old medieval town has now been claimed or has now been labeled as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. So I think this much would be enough for this session. Let's have a little recap of what we have studied. So we started with Switzerland as a tourist attraction, and we know that Switzerland is also known as the playground of Europe. Switzerland, since it is endowed with such natural beauty of snow-capped mountains, large lakes, alpine lakes, valleys, rivers, glaciers, it is a very beautiful place to visit. We started with the location of Switzerland, which is the west central part of Europe, right? And then we went to the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of Switzerland, which stated that Switzerland was not a very big country. Now it is surrounded by a number of countries, hence Switzerland is known as a landlocked country since it is surrounded by land on all sides. Now it has Austria and Liechtenstein on the east, it has France on the west, it has Germany in the north and Italy in the south. This claims that Switzerland is a landlocked country, which means most of the physical attractions that you find there are basically on the attractions that we find there. First one being the Alps, the snow-covered Alps, the second one the Swiss Plateau, and the third one the Jura. Next we shifted to the different tourist spots, the important tourist spots of Switzerland. So the first one was Jungfraujoch, that is also known as the top of Europe. Second one was Interlaken, which is a place that is found between Lake Thun and Lake Brienz. Third one was Lake Geneva, which is very famous for Jet D'eau, a very large fountain. And the fourth one was Bern, the capital of Switzerland, which is famous for its art galleries. I think this much would be enough for today's session. In the next session, we will study about the remaining physical attractions or the tourist spots of Europe, how Switzerland is connected to the rest of the world, and what role tourism plays in the GDP of Europe. Till then, study hard, stay home, stay safe. Bye.